Now that you've learned a little bit more about printing out information to the terminal, it's time to learn a little bit more about variables. There's two things that I didn't tell you about variables that you will want to know. The first thing is when you create a variable, you use a data type and a name, you do not have to give it a value. For example, you can say integer year, and you do not need to give it a value. In fact, usually you'll create a variable like this to use later, and on another line of code you can type year equals 2015. So that will do the same thing that this one line here would do, equals 2015. So there's two different ways of doing it, and when you do it this way, you just don't give it a value yet, and on this line it gives it a value. So you don't have to give it a value right away. The other thing that you'll need to know is that the value can change. So integer year equals 2014. Now, well, what if your program is running for an entire year? You've got a really slow computer, and you have to update that year as your computer is running. You can now say year equals 2015. And if you access year again, if you use it again, it will have changed its value to 2015. And let's show how this works. First, we're going to print out the value of year, which is an integer, and year. And now after we've changed it, given it a new value of 2015, we're going to print it out again. So we can just copy this line here. And we will run this. GCC and the name of our file. And we'll run it. And it says 2014, 2015. All on the same line without any spaces between them. So we know it worked though. The first time it printed out 2014, and the second time it printed out 2015. So we successfully changed the value of our variable. And I should have told you this last time, but if you want to put a space between the two times you print it out, you can put the space here if you want to. And we'll do it again. And now there's a space between the two of them. Or of course you could have put the space here. Same thing. And if you of course don't want a space, but you want it to be on the next line down, you can include a special character \in. This will print out a new line character, moving the following text to the next line. So compile, run, and now they're on two separate lines. And if you wanted to put more than one line space between them, you could do it again. There. So now you know a teeny bit more about printing out stuff, which I should have told you last time, and you know how to create a variable without giving it a value, and how to change its value later. And you can do this with any kind of variable. Alright, so that's it for this tutorial, and in the next tutorial I'm going to be teaching you something that you will love. I'll be teaching you about math. It will be fun. You do not want to miss it. Well, I'll talk to you then.